So, a lot of people have been asking what exactly happened to me. So, right now I'm on recovery. I haven't really been working out. Everything's just I guess up in the air. And I had to drop off my prep. I had to cancel my shows, cancel all my travel plans, all my hotel reservations, everything. Because I was scheduled to do a national show this year, like middle of this year. So that was all canceled because my left leg doesn't work. And it's caused by, first of all, my sacroiliac joint. It's highly inflamed. And we found out also my L5 in my spine, I do have a bulging disc, so it's herniated. So that means, and that explains why my entire left leg is basically paralyzed. It's basically like, pins and needles, numb. I have zero strength in it. Well, maybe, enough strength to prop me up right now. But I can't get on my toes. I, go on my toes, like tiptoe on my left leg. I cannot feel my glutes. I cannot feel my hamstrings. Side of my leg gone. No sensation at all. It's just gone. So, anyway, there wasn't really a specific training session that, I injured myself, I was, doing deadlifts and then boom, I injured myself. It wasn't even like that. So about almost 3 weeks ago, I was just warming up for a leg day and I was basically walking on a treadmill, on an incline, just simply walking. And 5 minutes or even less into that, my whole left leg started going numb. And I was just like, oh, maybe it's just whatever, maybe I'm tired. I don't know. But it felt really strange that I cannot walk. So I had to stop that. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to go do my leg workout. So I tried doing that. I did some back squats, which, I was able to do for a bit. But I could feel there was basically the strength of my left leg was just not there, and I didn't feel it was safe enough for me to continue. And so instead of just stopping my workout and going home, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do what I can do. So I tried leg pressing. Can't do that as well. Even with just the machine, it was painful somewhere in my glutes, which I guess would be my sacroiliac joint, and it was numb. So it was painful and numb at the same time. It's such a weird sensation. So, I just moved on doing, leg curls, kickbacks, what else did I do? Leg extensions, all that. But it was numb, but at the same time, I just kept pushing. So, and nothing really hurt so bad while I was doing those moves. That's why I was just like, I'll just keep doing it. And just keep working out, just stay focused and do whatever I can. But it just felt really strange. So, I got home. Everything is, just weird. So I was like, I'm just going to go rest. Ate my, prescribed meal, all that. And I guess the next day while I was at work, it was just really hard for me to walk. I still had that numb sensation on my left leg, tingling sensation until my toes. It's it felt like I was going through a stroke or something. I'm not so sure. But by the time it was Saturday, Friday night was really horrible. Started feeling a lot of pain on my entire left leg. It's numb and extremely painful at the same time, because I realized my legs were basically spasming. Every single muscle in my leg was spasming. And I didn't even realize this because it was just all pumped up the whole time. It wasn't like a spasm that just like gets in there and then, like in and out, but more like it was just like flexing the entire time for hours, to the point of exhaustion, to the point of pain. Like, it's like doing leg day and not stopping even though you're extremely tired. So come Saturday, I ended up, going to urgent care because no painkiller can ever like get me through the pain. I basically can't even stand up to go to the bathroom, and like my bathroom is like next to my bedroom, without, like falling into the floor and literally passing out because of the intense pain that I was feeling. And I do have a high tolerance for pain. So for me to, like, I can't even make it to my bed. I can't even crawl. I basically can't walk or stand up or sit up. Like, I just had to fall on this side of my body and just, I was like trying to breathe slowly, but my muscles won't stop spasming. And it was so painful. Like, I passed out a few times Friday night and Saturday. But then I ended up going to the urgent care and just asking them, like, I was calling around actually, if they could give me a shot, like a cortisone shot or something. So I ended up in urgent care, and they gave me a shot of Toradol or something. It's like an anti-inflammatory pain, killer, pain reducer. And it did make a dent on me. And while I was there, I was just like, it's painful. It hasn't gone down. And they're like, oh, just wait a few minutes, it should kick in. And it didn't. And I was there for almost an hour, and they're like, just go home. It might kick in, and, it should kick in. Like, give it another hour. You'll be fine. You go home, whatever. And they gave me more painkillers, like oral painkillers. I took more than what I'm supposed to. It didn't change anything. Like, the pain was just way too much that I was crying. I was passing out. There were a few times when I tried to stand up, I would just fall in my kitchen and just pass out. Like, I was passed out in front of my stove because I was trying to, like, cook my meal prep. Even if I had to, like, crawl to cook, I tried it. But even just standing up, it was too much. Crawling was too much. I could only, like, use one side of my body. It was just horrible. So come Sunday, I was able to get a hold of my sports doctor all the way in Dearborn, and I got my boyfriend to drive me and take me to him. And I was like on, like, I think I took 3 Flexerols Sunday morning, and usually I never would take a Flexerol unless it's like before I go to bed, because it's a muscle relaxant and it's pretty strong, but because it wouldn't just knock me out. But it didn't knock me out, and it helped with my spasms, but I had to take 3 in the morning. It didn't knock me out. I didn't feel anything except for a little reduced muscle spasms on my left leg. And the muscle spasms was, I think, the one that was like just pushing me over the edge with pain. Yeah, I had to take 3. Probably not the best idea, but it's the only thing that could get me through it. So I ended up in Dearborn, which is, like almost 2 hours away from me, or hour and a half away from me. Saw my sports doctor. He gave me some shots, gave me some steroid shots, like all the things that I needed to just feel a little better and get the inflammation down, because like even ibuprofen 800 wasn't doing it. Like, they gave me something else when I was in urgent care. They were telling me, it's like, oh, this is so much better than ibuprofen 800. Didn't do anything, even if I took a lot of it. And like, I don't really take anything, so you'd think I'd be super sensitive to whatever drug I take. but it didn't do anything. The Flexerol, again, 3 Flexerols on that Sunday morning, just so I could get in a car in pain and, be transported all the way to Dearborn. I'm just so grateful my boyfriend was there to help me and was like super, super like understanding, super helpful, just, was there for me the entire time. And he actually took care of me the whole week after that, and a few days before that, just because I can't even go to the bathroom by myself, or, cook or get some water or anything, or even get out of bed or sit up from bed, on my bed. So I saw my doctor, and then he ordered me to see a pain management specialist, an MRI, X-rays, and all that. Then he gave me some prednisone and other, just other drugs to help get this inflammation down in my body. And he knows that, I'm an athlete. I need to get better. I need to recover. I've got shows to do. I've got, competitions to win, basically. And I cannot afford to do this downtime. I've been training the entire year to get on prep. And, and now this happens. So, fast forward to now, I've been, just recovering. I walk with a limp right now because I have to drag my left leg whenever I walk. I don't really feel any pain, thank God. I feel a little it's more like tiredness on my left glute rather than pain. Although my left leg is basically still dead, it's starting to feel like something. But, it's now it's not extremely cold because the past, few weeks, my whole leg would be very cold. My toes are frozen, and no matter I put my Theragun on high, just dig into my leg, I don't feel it. I kind of feel the pressure, but not really, so it's basically numb. And it's really frustrating because as an athlete, you train for so long, you breathe, you think, you sleep, training, nutrition, I'm just coming off from my off season, which means I have extra weight, extra fat, extra everything, just so I could grow my muscles. And then this happens, and I'm I can't move. I can't do anything but stick to my nutrition, which I've been doing. No matter what, there were days when I'm just I just wanted a donut right now and a tub of ice cream, since, it's I'm gone. It's done. My career is over. But, thankfully I have amazing friends who keep reminding me that this is just a phase. I will get through it. And if I really want it, I need to stick to my diet. I need to stick to every single thing that, I promised myself I do. And so I do. But it's been a huge struggle. Physically, yes, it's a struggle. But mentally and emotionally, there were days, I'm just, depressed, done. I don't even know what to do with myself. And it's been extremely hard to wrap my head around just being helpless. Not even as an athlete, but as a person. You can't do anything. You can't move the way a normal person would even move. What more, being very athletic, being very strong, being very fit, and all of that just taken away from you just like that. I mean, there is hope, obviously. We're going through, like, my team of experts, doctors, therapists, we're going through the conservative route for treatment, which means not surgery. Just, all these medication. I have physical therapy, which I'll be starting next week. When I get home from California, I'm prescribed like 4 times a week PT. That's 4 hours a week. Just to get back my mobility and just be normal again. And hopefully, heal my herniated disc, spine, whatever. I mean, I've never even broken a bone in my life. And I'm already 42, and I've never broken a bone, never was in a cast. I sprained my foot a few times when I was playing soccer. But from never breaking a bone to, which most kids do anyway, to now having like spinal issues and all that, it's just extremely humbling and scary and depressing. But especially when you're looking forward to competing at such a high level and just wanting to be the best version of you, and you could do it, but now, like, this happens, and you're like, what the fuck, like, everything, like, I got rid of toxic people in my life. I have this great support system right now from my family, my friends, my boyfriend. Like, everything is just great, everything's going great with me. Whether it's in my personal life, my professional life, work, friends, family, everything's been like, I can't ask for anything more, So it's like the best time to actually go through prep, because there's no other stresses in my life except for prep for the competitions. And then this happens. So it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's just hard to see myself as someone who can't do what I normally do. Whether it's on that athletic level of training to simply just walking down the stairs, or walking here in my kitchen, walking around, or walking to work or something. It just kind of messes with you. So there's hope, because I don't need surgery just yet. Doctor, when I spoke to my pain management doctor, he said if everything's well, with PT, medication, and I still have like an upcoming MRI that I have to do, maybe in 6 months, I'd be healed. That's if everything goes well. So that's where I'm at. I guess we'll see week per week how it goes, especially once PT kicks in. My leg is, I work out, I train like 3 to 4 times a week for legs to this. And that goes even for my upper body. It's like, how much am I allowed to lift? Because if it compresses my spine, then I can't do it. Because that's just going to hinder me from recovering, which could leave me, like, paralyzed. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think that I'm starting to walk better than how it was, 3 weeks ago? And it's long. It's been a long time now that I talk about it. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see how fast my body can recover, can heal. I mean, I really can't do anything except for follow my protocol, do what I need to do according to my doctors, stick to my nutrition, because this, I guess, major setback, if we call it that, shouldn't really stop me from going for my goals. It feels impossible at times, to be honest, but if I could still manage to move, manage to stand up, I'm just gonna keep pushing. Stick to my nutrition, train however I can train, and focus, I guess, more on healing and recovering, not making it worse than it is. I mean, I'm still alive. There's no surgery just yet. Hopefully never. And I mean, people have bounced back from, like, crazy spine injuries. So, I should be fine. It just, honestly, it sucks. It really sucks. Because it's hard enough to be 42, getting to the sport, loving it so much. Like, everything in my life I build around being an athlete. From my job, to my time, to holidays, to time with family, to my relationships, everything. So, for the sport, or the possibility that I cannot do the sport anymore, honestly destroys me. Because it's everything to me. It's what I love to do. But, we'll see. If he wanted bad enough, he'll do whatever it takes, right? So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do whatever it takes. Might take time, but the whole point is, it's not over until I give up. Which I won't, and I don't want to. So, that's where we're at. I'll try and update you guys, how things go, especially once I start PT, and what, the findings are, what my doctor says, how I progress week per week. I just want to feel my leg again. I just want to be normal again. Like, my normal. I just want to fucking train hard. Because that's what I love to do.